Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my grotto. So today I'm bringing you my comic book readathon wrap up. It was actually kind of hard to participate in a readathon while I worked in the middle of the day, but I made the best out of it and I tried to read as much as I possibly could. I ended up reading most of the things that I read in the morning just because I had some time before work. And then after work I came home and read maybe a little bit more, but I just basically passed out and yeah. Of course, that means that I didn't get to read everything that was on my TBR, but the things that I did get to read, I actually absolutely loved. So I am glad that I participated, even if I only was able to participate a little bit, but I'm glad I did it. So let me share with you guys what I read. The first book that I read yesterday morning when I first woke up, I read Groot, which I was really excited about. I didn't really know, just hit myself in the face. I didn't really know very much about this besides Rocket getting kidnapped, but a little bit more to it. Actually, Groot and Rocket are on the way to Earth because Groot really wants to come to Earth, but Rocket's kind of not really into it. As they're trying to make their way to Earth, Rocket actually manages to get kidnapped. Of course. So then Groot is left all alone and he has to try and find and rescue Rocket, which he does in his own Grootly way. And he finds friends along the way and you learn so much about Groot. You learn why he is the way he is. You learn where he comes from. You also get to hear him say something else besides "I am Groot," which when I was reading that part, I was like, Groot? Overall, I really love this book. I actually ended up crying at the end of this just because of the thing that Groot does that helps us understand why Groot is the way he is. So when he does that thing towards the end, I actually cried a lot. So needless to say, I absolutely loved this graphic novel. Anybody who is a Groot fan, I absolutely recommend this, like, hands down. This is just like, I love this so much. I don't even know how to tell you how much I loved it. I just loved it. I don't even know. I love this so much. Like, I'm about to start lending this out to people that I know because I'm just like, you need to read this. You need to read this right now. So everybody, go pick this up right now and read it. Just go. Also, look at how mad this baby Groot is. It's great. I love this, obviously, if you couldn't tell. The second book that I picked up right after I finished Groot was Ghost by Readathon. Like I said before, I did read Smile, which I enjoyed, but this one hit such a soft spot in my heart. You don't even understand. This is like, I love this so much. So this follows our characters, Kat, who is like a 16-year-old, and Maya, who's her 8-year-old sister. And Maya actually suffers from, and I'm totally gonna butcher this, so I'm so sorry, but it's cystic fibrosis? Is that right? Well, she suffers from that, and it basically affects her breathing and her digestion. Kat and Maya and their parents have to move to a new town in hopes that the air in the new town helps Maya with her breathing. When they move to this town, they actually find out that there are ghosts in this town, which Maya absolutely loves because she's such a free spirit. She wants to know these ghosts. She wants to get to know them. She wants to know who they are. She wants to know all about them. And Kat, on the other hand, is not wanting to do anything with them. She's terrified of them. She's just like, get them away from me. And so there's a lot of obviously sister themes in here where Kat has to look after Maya, and then there's a point where Maya gets really sick and just things start to go downhill, and Kat has to learn to either be afraid or not be afraid and help her sister along the way. The town also celebrates Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead, which happens November 1st, or starts November 1st. And it's just, everything in this graphic novel just hit home for me. I'll show you guys this page where there's like a party that the village is having. And you can kind of see like the ghosts and the actual people like celebrating with the ghosts, and those like white blobs that you see are the ghosts. But I love the graphics in this. It's just like really cute, and again, it hit home for me, and I absolutely adored it. And I cried with this too because I'm a big baby, and I cry with anything that has to do with like sisterhood. Loved it. Loved it. The third book that I attempted to read, because I only got about halfway through. This one I started before I went to work, and then I tried to finish it when I came back that night from work, and I didn't get very far. Well, I got about halfway through. As you can see, I'm still about halfway through. I'm just gonna mention it because I didn't really finish it, so I don't know if it really technically counts. So this is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This is the second volume in the series. I was enjoying the first one, and there were some things in the first book that were a little confusing, so I had to go back and reread that a couple weeks ago. I was about a fourth of the way into this one, and I started to realize that I was not really into it. I was kind of boring almost, and it was just not really piquing my interest. And I think a lot of that had to do because the first two that I read for this readathon were amazing and I absolutely loved. So I think that this was lacking that for me, and so then I was expecting this like amazing graphic novel, and it just kind of felt really short from that. But like I said, I got halfway through with it, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. To be honest, I kind of felt like I just wasn't enjoying it in general, and maybe somewhere down the line I will try again. I don't know if I will continue this series. We'll see, just because the first one was like, this is good and I'll continue, and the second one's kind of like meh, and I'm scared that the third one's just gonna be like pfft. So I don't know. Maybe I'll continue reading it, maybe I won't, but I think for now I'm just gonna put it down, and I'm not gonna officially DNF it, but I am gonna put it down. Okay guys, so that is all I read for my comic book readathon. For my first readathon, I think I did fairly well, including the fact that I was working for 7 hours of the day. I think I did really well. I absolutely enjoyed what I did read, and I'm glad I participated in, and now I'm really excited for future readathon. Let me know how you guys did with your comic book readathon down below. Did you guys read what you wanted to read? Did you guys read what you had planned to read? Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.